Boo. Or is it boo? Or is it boo? Or boo? So, Link-Katrin and I started on something which might be temple-ish area music. And we have recorded lots of crier. So, but still tons of work to do. But now, should I play it for you, what we have so far? Or should I start working on the intro? So, right now I'm just kind of collecting sounds. Hello, is there any? Is it you are looking for? I can see in your eyes, but to my surprise, no noise. You can't hear me? Can't you hear me? Can't you hear me? Hello, Mai. See. I'm super quiet. Hello. Okay. It's odd. Let's hear music. I can hear in a sec. Okay. How about this voice? Can you hear me talk? Can you... Wait, that's a bit loud, wasn't it? Hey, hey, hey. Well, I haven't played any music yet. Silly. Okay, let's try this. Can you hear this? Yeah, you can hear that. Okay, so I'm gonna make an intro. You can hear me. I suppose that's a good thing. Okay, so we got Sul Ponto. Well, right now I'm basically just gathering sounds that I will use in this track, different types of instruments, but I can play what we have so far for you, if you want to hear, while I do this with my t-shirt. It's not coming off. So now I'm just kind of poking around and trying different sounds. So you Leet, you're such a hacksaw. So I want kind of this layer of just tonal sounds, but they're kind of all over the way, place with pitches and scratching and just kind of, and it's going to be a choir that goes in the beginning, and then after a while the choir is going to come in and Lincoln is going to sing the melody. That's going to be perfect. Okay, so we have high pitch sounds. We're going to need some. Let's see what the violas have to offer. Well, Sul Ponto is nice. Let's add that and have a listen. Well, you have to kind of be into it when you make music. This is too squeaky. I need something more. Violins can be squeaky, but the violas should be slightly more mellow. So let's see what they can. Oh, flutando. That's nice. So this chord is just going to be under. And it's kind of like flowy. You don't. It's like a whole tone scale almost. So we use that scale a lot, so it doesn't feel like this song is ever landing somewhere. So use my ukulele, not for this. It's gonna be in, but it's already in the game. So they can play down to the C. Maybe some open chord like this. But I believe I also have... No, that's in second violins. Okay, so these are gonna be violas flautando. I'm thinking of maybe adding second violins playing harmonics. I'm playing on... Let's see if you can see this. See, I have a keyboard. And I have chocolate in a box. And keyboard, 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 and little synthesizer. That's my... So, that's my music keyboard, and that's my regular keyboard. So I had this desk built by a carpenter to my exact specifications. Okay, we need something darker, so we need cellos. Let's see what fun things they have to offer. Tremolo is fine. Did I have something slightly more exciting? Sul ponto, maybe. Yeah. It's kind of cliche, but kind of like, I don't want it to be too horror movie. It's just gonna be kind of an uneasy tension and a lot of a lot of A-W-E. Awe. So if it's too horror movie, it's not right for this. Cello sul ponto. Ponti. And for bass, I don't think I'm gonna use stringed bass. I think like some big brass, or even a synthesizer that sounds like brass. It should feel ancient. See, this is the hand signal for ancient. Yeah, but let's try this. Oh, and I need a drum. I'm just gonna use a timpani for now, because I'm also gonna design an echo. So, perk, drums, timpani, left, right. Okay. So I'm gonna add FX channel. Put an echo on it. Move it over here so you see what I do. And send to this echo. I'm gonna use just I want this echo to be kind of thinner as it progresses. Yeah, that's the type of effect I'm looking for. That's gonna be really soft, so I don't know if you can hear this. I'm gonna add some more modulation. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so this is gonna be super boring. Now I'm just gonna record some bars of tremolums. In the key of D. I'm playing this. And now I could just type it in with my hands. Now I get it just the way I want it. I don't know what whimsical means. Okay, so it's 4 minutes long. And see, you probably heard a lot of distortion in here, but that's because there's going to be a ton of voices in here, and it's going to be way in the background. So you just kind of spread out, so you just hear these voices kind of popping up, and there's going to be other instruments that's going to be the main focus, but these voices are going to be mixed in with them. And you probably heard some distortion. It's because they are going into the same reverb and there's so much frequency build up. But that's going to be fixed. Okay, so we're gonna... I'm not gonna tidy up the choir yet, so you're gonna just have to live with the distortion. And the piano is not going to be there either. I'm going to get rid of it now. Just mute it. So, can I switch which screen I'm showing? Let's try. Nix. Yeah, there you go. There you can see the screen, my main screen, the one I'm looking at. So this is the timpani I just recorded. So let's start with scratchy violins. It's gonna be there. Okay, so this is gonna go in beat, and I use a slider on my keyboard to kind of add the dynamics. Okay, let's try this with metronome. Okay, so you're gonna have this really strange thing going in the beginning here. I'm gonna add some special reverb here, and this one is a really special one. So let's listen to that. This is really cool. I don't know if you can hear it. It's very delicate. Ugh, excuse me while I drown in a little plastic cup. So this is going to be I'm not sure if I like this. Let's try it and see. Metronome, come back. Well, does that have a lock on it? Doesn't matter. That turned out pretty cool, didn't it, May? Did you listen? Did you hear that? Did the hairs raise up on your arm? It should. Okay. So I'm gonna bring these scratchy violins back. Like they were in the beginning. So it's in. So the excitement curve is just gonna go, or tension curve, or whatever to call it. And so after here, it's kind of when she's done singing the melodies. These three here are the. I'm pointing to my screen, but you can't see it. These three yellow things here, that's the melody. So it's 3 Linn-Katrins singing the melody. You can hear them solo later. That's her. These are my choir boys, my Gregorian chanty. And we are not singing on pitch here. It's got it up because you got it. Oh, you're so streetwise and gangstery. I don't know what I was going to say. Yeah, the pitching is, the song is in D, and neither of us can really sing down to a D. But that's on purpose, because when we try, voices kind of break. And it becomes just something broken and strange, and there's a lot of atmosphere in it, so it's on purpose. And of course the instruments are going to be on top, are going to be able to play the notes, but then there's also on top, so we are just kind of like these broken voices in the distance. So I think it will be pretty cool. Okay, there we go. I'll answer you when I recorded this. So how do you come up with a theme and such for this one track? Well, the problem I have is that when I see a picture, I hear inside my head what it sounds like. So it's just a matter of making that. Do you ever hide strange sounds in stuff like this? You saying banna, etc. Of course we do. There's a lot of hidden things always in the tracks. But about the writing part, I told you about there's a scale we were saying. It's kind of floaty. I'm not gonna say, is it Lydian? Is it Mixolydian? Is it, I don't know. It has a raised fourth in it, so the four first notes sound like a whole note scale, if that's what it's called in English. Da 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 da. So it kind of flies instead of going where you expect it to. And we're using that in some of the areas. It also gives kind of this adventure feel. And all the voices here is just an idea I got from the story of the game. So I can't say much about it, but there's a lot of ancient energies. See, and with these two things that we just recorded, that's plenty. I don't want to add too much junk. It's but this is also cool. Oh, listen to this. Oh, it has to. Okay, I'll record this as well. That's super cool. So these are violins kind of playing the note, its tone, but they're kind of like drifting up and down. So it becomes like these sighs from TV. Let's see what is May saying. Our man now got more reason to go back to Teslagrade and listen to the music to find all the hidden sounds. Well, actually, I think I'm gonna stream. Just dissecting one of the old tracks sometime to put on YouTube later. Okay, this I like. No idea how much of it you can hear, but it sounds really cool. So, and this okay, I'm gonna mix in a high note in the main part of the song, because if it's too quiet here, it just sounds like an air raid siren. I am making music for the game. Well, maybe it'll make it to the game, maybe it won't, you never know, but it's a something. You know what, I'm not gonna do it in the main part. There's plenty of stuff going on. So let's go back to the play the chords. We have just started this, so there's tons of things you're gonna hear. Noise sounds distorting and all kinds of weird things going on. But it's a sketch and we have just started. We started this today. Like here. Okay. Okay, it's gonna be two of those, and then I'm gonna come in with this new one. I'm gonna show you the keyboard in a bit. I'm playing on it right now. I'm gonna show you what I do right now. Okay. No, I'm playing a keyboard, and okay, you see these little mountaintops I'm making here? That's me playing. Yeah, where is it? That's my keyboard. Can you even see? Okay, that's my normal keyboard, and there's my musical keyboard, and there's my tiny keyboard. Okay, so I'm doing two things going on. I play the notes with this hand, and then I kind of play the dynamics with this hand on a little slider, MIDI slider on my keyboard. So when it's all the way down, it's quiet, but I still hold the chord, and then I go just like that. And how mad do I look now when I show this? Oh well, I'm a composer, I suppose. Little madness is to be expected. Okay, these are the flotando. So here, this is the chord. The entire track is based on this chord. So but I'm not sure if I'm gonna have it this dense or if I'm gonna move like this. Okay, I'm gonna show you the scale. Okay, the scale we're using. So it's not a regular major scale, it's slightly different. Okay, definitely gonna be here. Maybe just these two. Oh, some movement. Okay. Not sure what I'm gonna do now, so I'm just gonna play. But I want kind of some, there has to be some clean notes as well, which gives you kind of a root feeling. Did I just go offline or what happened? I can't really say, mate. I don't know to what part of the music you're making. Lovelcat. Great stuff. Am I online? Okay. I think it hiccuped. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. So this is violin is going when I go down, and it has the fundamental tone of I can't talk and play at the same time. Can I tilt this? Nah. Okay. Now I'm gonna start moving this violin. It's gonna continue going upwards. This new note. It's gonna stay there. Now it's gonna continue going. I'm mimicking her melody. And oh, this is cool. Oh, Lucifer the pig. Okay, I really need to start fixing the choir voices. Okay, gonna try something now. Might regret it. Ah, no, that's nice. That's the one I'm playing now. We know. That's nice. And now I'm gonna go back to the. Ah, nailed it. Nailed it. And the thing is, if you nail it in the first take, I think it's there's something magical about the spontaneousness of the first take, and just playing on the intuition and not planning it too much. And that is also the right spirit kind of for this track and this area. So why don't you have anything? Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Nah, this will be wrong. So let's find another string thing here. Cellos, you're just gonna... Do they have like a muted cellos or something here? Soft vibrato. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this, because I want the low parts of the harmonies here to be played by something more brassy. You can't nail getting out of bed. You know, every morning now, May, I wake up with you in my bed. And put your stream on my little tablet. Oh, and if I write a lot of plus and minuses in my chat, like this, those are just the commands I wanted to type into the program. G and H, zooming in and out. Plus and minus is fast forwarding and rewinding. But something, yeah, I think there needs to be something fundamental. Yeah. Are you leaving Vomzy? Stuff needs to be done. So do the stuff. Okay, yeah, it's nice to kind of set the foundation before she starts to sing. Thanks. I'm gonna do more of this type of stream, I think. Creative stream. It's fun. So this isn't very exciting. No, I'm just recording this note you can see in the middle here. There's an octave down. And its cello's just going. Okay. And I keep saying we should fix the choirs, but we'll do that next. Now I can talk. Now I'm just using one finger. I'm using two. Bringing up the level a bit. Or the intensity of the playing is more correct. Why am I talking to the camera? My microphone is here. Hello. Bit more. It's gonna go quieter soon. Bring it down a bit. Give space for those guys. Yeah. Okay. I'm a little pleased with myself right now. I must admit. I like the best. Okay, I'm gonna quickly... Can I make my stream come up in time? Just to hear how it sounds to you guys? Or do I have to watch a commercial first? There we go. Okay. Mute that, and then this is just for experimenting. But I hear my microphone is distorting a little bit. Okay. There's my stream, here it is. Okay. Mute that. This is just for experimenting. But I hear my microphone is distorting a little bit. Okay. This is strange. I can see myself. Okay. Stop that. Okay, I can turn up the music a little bit without ruining the levels. And just a tiny notch down. Vertigo. Okay, so now I'm just gonna start tidying up the solo tracks. So I don't know if you're familiar with like a mixing board. So these three girls are gonna go onto one channel, one fader, in a group, as it's called here in this program, and then all the choirs are gonna go in on a separate fader. And I'm gonna spread them out like that. And set the levels and tidy it up. I'm also going to ride the faders I'm assigning to them, so there will be a little bit more rhythmical together. Vertical together. That's a very difficult thing to say. It's very vertical in syncopation. Oh, it's late. Let's see, where are my groups? So I add a group channel, and we will call this a main link, and we'll make it yellow. So these yellow tracks will come together down there. See? Now all three are just... So when I solo here, these three are soloed. And I'm also gonna turn off the reverbs on these individual channels. And there's a shortcut for this, I know. I can just click this button. But it's not the same. And I'm gonna add them here again. So should have screenshot the doc. Learned Norwegian that I would know about the game. What? Did I show some secrets? What? What? Do you mean this design document here? I can't show that. And I'm also gonna... So this one is gonna be in the middle, this one will be a little bit on the right side, and this one a little bit on the left side. Okay, and now this is not gonna be so very exciting to watch, because now I'm gonna fix all the breathing and stuff. So I'm just gonna assign this little line here is volume, so here's normal, 12 decibel extra, and gone. So and I'm also gonna do a little bit of this. So I'm not gonna remove the breath altogether, because this should feel like a human singing. Yeah, but that's you can see this. That's not a secret. See, these are 4 people. Simple deduction would reveal that these 4 people are something to do about how you play the game. Okay, so I'm not removing her little noises completely. So we're gonna do one track at a time. Just clean it up. Because there's a lot of atmosphere in those breaths. Not sure if you can hear them, but that's just a little click, so I'm gonna just erase here. That's nice. Gonna add a little fade in there. Same here. It's almost like I kind of want to increase the volume on those where she breathes. That's kind of cool, kind of creepy and cool. Little sexual, maybe, but we'll see. You can decide that later. I'll try it now. Oh, okay. 2 seconds. Fix these. Set them to proper level. Same here, yeah. Okay. Okay. Isn't everything secure to you? Not everything. Maybe. But the problem with keeping the breath or the breathing, when I, as an audience or as a gamer, hear it, I'm gonna assume that she's really close to me, because breathy noises you only hear from people when they're really up in your face. So it will kind of take away from the illusion that these are the voices coming from way in the background. But this is the solo voice, so you can try it. But for the choir bits, all those breathy noises has to be gone, because they're gonna be like 60 meters away. That note makes something over there rattle. I have to find out what that is. Nah, I'll fix it later. Okay, this. Maybe I'll just mute it for now. That was a little bit too off the key. Sorry, Lynn Catherine. She doesn't care. What the heck is that? Okay, 2 seconds. That been pitch shifted for natural? No, we haven't done any pitch correction for this. I'm not going to do any pitch correction for this. Everything is going to be slightly off key. Okay, my speaker stand is rattling. That's not good. That's crap. Maybe I need to put something between the speaker and... Let me try putting a mouse pad in quick. Let's try, see if that helped. Yep, fixed it. That's odd. So the vibrations from her voice in the speaker made the speaker stand rattle. Should be on. Oh well. Okay, just a little clicky noise there. Gone. I'll show you the pitch corrector we use in this software. It looks like this. This is my auto tune. So if I click this button, it analyzes all the audio. Takes a, oh, it's a long track. See, here's the notes she's singing, and I can see she's just a tiny little bit above pitch. Tiny little below, and I don't like it when it's too set always, because it doesn't sound real, and it's not. It's because, like, when you play a flute or like lots of natural instruments like this, the higher you go up, you kind of stretch the scale a bit compared to what the computer wants to do. You kind of lock it to mathematically correct, but it's not how instruments sound. Because stretch the scale a bit and the sound is more brilliant, so, and it will be just be robotic and wrong for this. If this was pop music, we would fix it, but this isn't pop music. Okay, I think here she's... this here she's at the kind of bottom part of her singing register, so she kind of struggles a bit. So let's take a look at that. Here you can see. So as you can see, she comes in a little bit high on the note, oh, and then her, because it's hard, she doesn't sing that low, so her throat doesn't know what to do, but her ear catches it, so she adjusts here. Same here. So if you wanted to fix this, I would take this part and then yeah, let's help her on those two notes. This is not pitch correcting, this is allowed because she's way out of her range. Let's see, I got I got a message from your Diz, a colleague. I'm gonna take photos of her in an hour. So I'll stream for an hour more. So same here. Oh, she sounds so cool, doesn't she? Listen to that voice. This should be down here. Shouldn't be a G sharp. Should be a G. Okay, you're gonna have to hear this in context with the rest of the music. Let's just crank up this part a bit to here. No, she was right. Yes. Shame on me for doubting Linn-Cathrine. Yeah, it's amazing. Voice makes me feel a little rubby. Why? Linn-Cathrine sings like Linn-Cathrine. Okay, a little trouble getting in there on that note. Why did we start pitch correcting? She struggles with that one as well. Okay, maybe a little less glissando. Why does it do that? On that. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do something now, so you might want to cover your ears or your speakers for this. There's a resonant frequency in here, which I'm gonna find. And I do that by... This is how I do it. There's probably much better ways to do this. Okay. Okay. It's that, and it's kind of like a fifth of that. So what I'm doing is I bring up my little telephone, which has a guitar tuner into it. And so I sing roughly where I hear the resonance. It tells me it's roughly around 580 hertz. So let's bring an EQ and tune that to 580 hertz. Crank it up and narrow the bandwidth so it kind of really just, and this is where it's gonna, I'll turn down the volume a bit. Here we go. Oh, there we are. So you can hear that, just distorting. So I'm gonna pull down that frequency. And suddenly the sound is much less condensed and becomes more open. But I was way off. But that's what happens when you hear all the voices together and suddenly the speakers just go and distort. It's because there's so many of these resonances just building up and they all going into the reverb, which makes it even worse. So cleaning up like this is going to be important for this. Finding those resonant frequencies. Ghostbuster. Oh yeah, and it sounds really pleasant now. So this is how it is now, and this is how it was before. Yeah, you can kind of hear building up. Just like that. Okay, a bit off on that. Pitch. See, I don't want to fix too much. Oh, this is okay. Why does it do that? I go here, I quantize, and it unselects these notes. That's odd. Maybe it's like a feature I added somewhere. Okay, how deep is this? This is a G sharp. Yeah. It's way out of her range. She's a soprano. And now, my lovely British Freundin, I need to take a little break. For the bathroom. I'm gonna add this. And I'll be right back. So if someone comes, just say, he'll be right back. Hey, Foams. Check your snaps while having... Okay. Do I dare check my snap? You know what, May? I thought of something while I pee. I always think of something when I'm out the bathroom. But I'm gonna upload this video to the YouTube, if it will let me. And I'm gonna add a link to your Twitch channel. So I can explain kind of who I'm talking to. Okay, we have some snaps. Is this something I have to censor? You know what? I'll check snaps when I'm home. I'll use it on my tablet. Okay, 1 voice down, 40 to go. So actually, let's go back here then, and this is where I muted her because she was too pitchy. I'm not sure. Okay, let's just adjust the melody here and make a new one. So here's a trick for everybody who uses Cubase and Nuendo out there. When you have a note like this and there's a lot of pitch drift, let's call it that, in the note, just slice it in two and be a little more heavy-handed on the worst part. Why is this sliced in two? That's odd. I see a little glissando up here, doesn't? That's just cool. How much is this software? This is this is probably the most expensive software you get, except maybe Pro Tools. I don't know what Pro Tools cost. This is Nuendo. It's the big brother of Cubase, and it's absolutely overkill for what I'm doing right now. But sometimes we do like dubbing Norwegian voices into animation films. We did that just a few weeks ago, actually. And this software, Nuendo, has some extra features that are really helpful for those in those situations. And so that's what we use it for. It also has some extra video features, so I can have several video lanes or tracks going. So I can compare, say I'm working on a movie or a documentary and they re-edit it constantly, so I can check the lists, but I can also see what's different and things like that. So it's actually really useful for me working like this. But I see like Junkie XL, when he scored, he wrote the music for Mad Max now, and he has a video series of it on YouTube, and he uses Cubase, which is the normal version of it. So, but we bought this when we started on the City of Friends TV show, and so I just pay for upgrade version. So, and it's fine. It's really, really stable. Stability is the most essential feature. It sounds kind of silly, but I used to use a program called Sonar, which is by Cakewalk, which is a terrific piece of software, and it had a really lot of cool things. But then I switched and reworked the entire program to, I call it Sonar X1 or Sonar X version 10, and I built this computer specifically for running this new version of Sonar, and it was so unstable. It would crash and it would corrupt the project I was working on at the moment, so I couldn't reopen it. And that's not gonna cut it when you work like I do. If I have worked 3 hours on something, that's because I need those 3 hours. especially when I was working on the TV show. I needed every hour of the week. So, and if the program crashed and destroyed 3 hours of work, that's like, meh, bye-bye. So we got Nuendo instead, and it was a little bit of learning curve, but learning a new music software also makes your brain think differently, and so you don't get stuck in the same pattern. So it was actually a really good time to just start fresh. And I was on version 5.5 for a long time, and I just upgraded to this, which is version 6.5. And Steinberg, you did a really good job on this. The interface and everything. The improvements are really fantastic improvements. So well done. And I'm going to keep using this program for a while. I also have Reason, which is fancy. Maze Jingle. I made your jingle in that program. And I also use that, you know, when I kind of want to play around and just get away from this interface and into something else to try other things. Then it's fun to switch to another program. And if I really want to use whatever I make in Reason, I can kind of connect it to this program so they play together. Okay. How do you get your keyboard into your PC? It's just MIDI. That means when I play a G, here it goes through a cable and tells the computer, hey, that's a G, and it was played this hard and it's held for this long, and so the computer goes, okay, I record this as a G. And then I have a software sampler usually inside the computer that actually makes the sound. Did that make sense? Have I tried any free software or more budget? Yeah. There's actually some free stuff in here that I use, some plugins. Well, no, I kind of tidied up my plugins a lot. I removed... This one is a free one. It's a gate. Kind of chops up the sound into rhythmic bits. This one is a free one, Destroy FX. And I heard this, I have used this for many years. And I think people have kind of rediscovered this plugin because I hear it a lot in some kind of dubstep type tracks. This I don't use at all. These I don't use, so I kind of got rid of most of them. These here, these new ones, plugins by Native Instruments, are incredible. They are so good. So I'm gonna switch out all my templates and just have these plugins ready for use. They are really good. The other really good ones are these ones by Universal Audio, and I have a little card inside my computer, which is an extra computer. It has some chips that runs this software and these plugins, and they are nice. And I use this compressor here a lot, and on when all the tracks come together to make one file, there's always at least two of these plugins at the exit. There's this bus compressor, which kind of glues the sound really nicely together, and there's I used a precision limiter to kind of control the volume. What else do I have? You have these German ones, lovely. Slate Digital. Nah, didn't do it for me. Just didn't. Actually, there's one in here which is really good. Kind of afraid of turning it on because it might crash, and that's why I don't like it. So Valhalla DSP, that's a fun reverb we're using on this track. This is kind of a Brian Eno, I think. Is that a name? Ambient music type trick. So instead of a normal reverb, it takes the sound, pitches it up an octave, and then adds reverb to that. So it has a shimmer. And I'll show you this. I can show you this on her voice because we're already using this. Oh, all my secret sauces are being not so secret anymore. Okay, so now we're gonna hear Linn-Cathrine with just the shimmer reverb. So I haven't really decided on these yet. See here? Okay, it's gonna be this. I haven't programmed this yet. Hey, hear it? This is the shimmer effect. Yeah, something like this would be nice. And see, it's registered to Jørn Lavvoll. Always pay for your software. This is how you support the entire creative industry. Don't use cracks. And this one is just like 40 bucks or something like that. So cheap and so good. Let's try the dark. What software would I suggest for cheap and good? Actually, I hear something. I'm gonna have to fix that quickly. There's some rumble going on. I was gonna cut that. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I got rid of it. Actually, if you have the luxury of being able to try a lot of different software, just find the one that you can feel, that you can kind of get and be creative with, so the software doesn't get in the way. So just find the one that you kind of, the logic makes sense to you. And go with that, start there. Everybody, it's like, when I was a little boy, my dad drove a BMW, and of course I thought BMWs were the greatest cars in the world. And this other kid, his father drove another car, and that was the best car. So people are just going to say whatever they use is the best. But I would say, find what works for you, and the one program that you feel you can really be creative in. Like, I did have used Pro Tools for some projects and for mixing, but I can't be creative in it. It just doesn't connect with my brain in that way. This is really nice and quick for me. Actually, Sonar was kind of clumsy, so it kind of hindered me a bit. But and another way to get into software is if you buy a keyboard or like USB keyboard or a speaker or something. Sometimes you get like a cheap version or of the software there, and just try it. And learn it. So yeah, all music software out there right now, it's just magic. The things you can do in it compared to what you could do 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 20 years ago. We are so lucky to have this, so they're all good. We should be thankful, just stop and think and be thankful for the things we have. Because we live in a really good time, I think. And we are fortunate, and we should remind ourselves every now and then of that fact. And be grateful. And not spoiled. Whew, okay, so I'm kind of tired of this. I'm gonna move on to not fixing these solo voices, but having a look at some of the choir voices. And why is this muted? What is this? Oh, this is so cool. Okay, so the idea here is just to have this massive choir in the background. And as I told you, both of us were singing too deep notes for our voices, so we kind of we can't do it, and it's on purpose. It's for texture, not for perfect pitches. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna add another group here, and it's gonna be choir, and all these here, all these tracks are gonna go into that group. So when what color should our choir be? I feel like kind of like blue and yeah, blue. Let's make them blue. Actually, I'm gonna color code it more because this is Lynn. So she can be kind of a light blue. Perfect bitches. No, pitches. Pitches. Bitch, p. Actually, in vocal editing or voice editing or narration editing, you can kind of get away with replacing P's and B's a bit. If you have someone saying bitches, I don't know, or p, b, and s. You can kind of move those around from just taking a P from another word and sticking it in another word. That no one will really ever hear that. And even S's. S's you can take from another person sometimes and it will work. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna do this the quick way, remove all the effects on all these, because I'm gonna control that from the group channel instead of all these individual ones. So this is what she sounds like with no effect on her. Okay, I'm gonna do something quick editing here, some quick equalizer. What? Oh, did I press? Yeah. Didn't hold in the shift key apparently. Or maybe I did. Well, this is odd. Let's try again. U. And up to here. Go to this. It's because I have people watching. Then the things start being odd. Oh well, let's just fix it. Like this. Because I'm using the best software in the world, there's nothing wrong with this. Ever. Why are you going to stereo? You should go to choir. There we go. Okay, all done. This should add all these. Okay, so now we are just listening to with no effects on it. It sounds so fun. Okay, there's a lot of ways to add EQ. There's the channel strip and everything here, but I'm doing it this way because that's how my brain likes to organize these things. So I'm gonna do some cutting here. It adds to the illusion of them being further away when there's a little less of the high frequencies and a tiny little bit less of the low frequencies. And yeah, we might have to do some individual EQing on each channel. That comes later, much later. And what else? Okay, we have to go through these, so let's get rid of the solo thing. Let's kind of sort it there. This is I'm just gonna move this down to the others here, just organize a bit. These are, let's call them monks. Is that how you spell it? A monk, monks, like this? U or O. So these are me. I'm gonna put on the reverb here. Gonna hear how it sounds in context, and because I'm a little shy. So, okay, so these are. Let's turn them. Getting rid of the breath. Actually, the shimmer reverb doesn't really work here, so let's get rid of that. Monks. Okay, thanks. M-O-N-X. I kind of want like maybe 16 of these, but there's only 2 now. But later I'm gonna add to this. So, and I want to place them kind of back over to one side together. See how that works. Okay, I need some help as well with my first note, and I really like this type of voicing or harmonics. Oh, that's the one. Really struggling to find a pitch to enter here. So they sing in unison, and then they sing this note, and then one goes down note, so they sing like a second apart in the intervals, use the notes next to each other. And for some reason you can do that with the human voice and it sounds cool. If you did this with like trumpets or some other instruments, it would sound dissonant. But when it's voices, I'll show you. It just sounds cool. It sounds really cool. So there are going to be a ton of monks way back there singing that. So these are too loud in the mix now. Let's see how this sounds. Actually, we have to make another individual group for the monks. Because I remember we have to ride the volume of these to get them more rhythmically, and that wouldn't work for these. So monks. Are you both monks now? There's the lock button. So which was the drums, the timpani, wasn't it? That was locked there. There we go. Me! Lost and confused. Okay, never mind. So now we'll listen to all these choir voices. What would happen if I offset the start time a little bit between the two of the monks tracks? That's a good trick to use. And it's gonna happen because I'm gonna sing it all live, so they will be not in time with each other anyways. But here's a good track thing to do. Often if I, in a rock music, if I have a guitar and I want to make it wide and huge, I take this one mono track, pan it all the way to the left, and then make a copy of that, pan it all the way to the right, and delay it between 9 and 12 milliseconds, and it sounds huge. And it's just enough short enough time so you won't hear it as an echo. And it's enough time so it's separation, so you don't get like phase cancellation. My photo shoot, I don't know, she's gonna send me a ding soon, I think. Let's check. Yeah, soonish. Okay, let's see if we can get some of this done. But let's listen to it first. And I have to, at some point, go in and clean up all of these tracks. And now I'm just gonna do some arbitrary panning here. Well, let's start down here. Just moving around. Yes, totally random. But just so they're not all in the middle. You can do some extreme panning on some of them. It's a fun thing going on. If you listen like around here, you kind of hear the breath from my voice. It might be too much with all that breath. It's kind of cool, but we have to decide on that later. You don't have to hang around in the stream if you don't want to, May. Don't feel obligated. So I'm gonna hear this again with the reverbs and echo on. Okay, and where does this mayhem start? Around here. Okay, I'm gonna start just trying the automation of the volume here. So boom. So it's 2 bars up, and can I bring this up just to look? That makes it whole thing easier. So volume automation again, just programming in the rides. Let's see what fun that does. So we won't get all this in. That's going to tidy it up quite a bit. So let's just do a few bars of this and then hear it in context. So, and these can't be too steep because that's just going to sound unnatural. Hello? Can't you, did I disappear for you again? Okay. Well, I'll stop my stream here. It's almost 2 hours. So thanks everyone. I'm gonna see if I can upload this to YouTube. I'm gonna stop it here and I'm gonna start it again. Let's see what